Hey y'all, I wanted to give you an update. Yesterday I was on a training with Virgin Voyages about their new Voyage Fair options that they have just announced. They will be effective October 7th, so about 2 weeks. I think that's right. Yeah, that's about 2 weeks from now, a little bit less than that. But I'm just going to go over the highlights for those of you who have cruised with Virgin before, or those of you who are planning on it. If you already have one booked like we do, our group cruise to Greece next year is going to be on Virgin. So there's a little bit of changes. It doesn't necessarily change people who are already booked, but going forward after October 7th, then this will be in effect. So they're just trying to kind of align their pricing with how hotels or airlines do it and have a couple different levels. So I did take some notes so that I don't forget anything. It's a lot of it is to be more transparent with their pricing. If you are used to cruising with Virgin, or you've looked at cruising with Virgin, you know everything is like all the essentials are included. That is not going to change. So your sodas, your water, all of that stuff, that's all still included in your regular fare. But they do just have 3 levels now. It's basic, essential, and premier. The essential is pretty much what they have now. So everything, if you just book the essentials, which is the middle package, then that's pretty much what you would normally get with them now. The only thing that may be slightly different is that the primary person on the booking, so the first person, their name cannot change. If you do still have flexibility if you want to change what type of room you're in or what your sailing date is or things like that, those are still options. But the primary person's name cannot change. Basically, that would be a cancellation of the booking. The basic, so to step down, which would be 5 to 10% less, is what they're estimating on a cruise fare. Those have a whole lot more restrictions on them. So it cannot be changed. You can't change anybody's name. You can't change you can't change the sailing date or your room type, your cabin type. So those, if you know you were going on this and you're fine with non-refundable, no changes, anything like that, you want to save a few bucks, then yes, you can do the basic. Also, let me back up to the essentials. Right now, it is set to where you can go out there and you can reserve your dining for all the 20 different restaurants they have. That is set up right now at 45 days. That will stay the same. But on basic, that goes to 15 days. So you will not be able to reserve your dining until 15 days prior if you get the basic. Now, if you bump up to the premier, which is going to be obviously a little bit more expensive, then you can make any changes. You can change any sailor. So if you need to change the first sailor, the primary sailor, or your cabin type or things like that, that's still all available anytime up until embarkation. You also get premium Wi-Fi on the Premier. You do get Wi-Fi on Essentials just like you do today, but that is basically for, your social medias and posting and things like that. The Premier, or the premium Wi-Fi, which is on the Premier package or Premier experience, includes up to streaming for two devices per sailor. So you do have, if you are wanting to do more as far as Wi-Fi and things like that, then the Premier may be what you want. You also get $15 per night drink credit. So if you are buying anything from the bar or any drinks that you do normally have to pay for, you do get $15 per night in the Premier package. So that may be a little bit of an incentive to use that as well. Premier also has their dining reservations at 60 days. So the Essentials is at 45, Basic is at 15, Premier is at 60. So you can make your dining reservations ahead of other people who are just doing the essentials, the normal package. And if that's important to you to make sure you get in to certain restaurants on certain nights, then you may want to do that. Now, all this is for Sea Terrace and below. If you're in a Rockstar or above cabin, then your dining reservations go out to 120 days in advance. So you obviously get first dibs. If you're getting a Rockstar cabin, then you get all the perks of being in a Rockstar cabin. So your dining reservations will also go ahead of time. Another thing that is changing, sorry y'all, my hair is a little flyaway today, but another thing that is changing is how they're showing you their fare. So up until now, tips are included, gratuity is included, it still is included. However, they are pulling it down and aligning it a little bit with how other cruise lines do it so that they show it as a separate line on your invoice. So the gratuity will still be included in your fare, and that is going to be prepaid. That is $20 per person per night. That's listed on there, so you do know what it's paid. If for some reason you don't want to prepay that, you don't have to, just like other cruise lines. You don't have to prepay it. You can pay it on the ship. It does go up. It's $22 per person per night if you don't prepay it. So it is an advantage to prepay. I personally prefer to always prepay my gratuities. I don't get into the whole argument about what they're for, who's getting paid. If I want to pay somebody else additional cash on the ship, then I'll do that myself. But I like to have everything prepaid. So anyway, it doesn't change what they're charging for gratuities. It just shows you that it's a separate line as far as on your fare is included. If you are already booked, so if you already have a Virgin voyage or multiple Virgin voyages already booked, what is going to change prior to October 7th is that if you want to make your dining reservations, you're going to be able to make those 60 days in advance. Even if the essentials is basically what we have on any bookings that we've already done, but you are still going to have 60 days. And so if you book prior to October 7th, you have 60 days to do your dinner reservations. So it is a little perk. If you know you're going to book, you may want to go ahead and get your deposit put down prior to October 7th. So you do have a few extra days, 15 extra days to get your dining reservations put in. Then that is a little bit of a perk for those of us who already have cruises already booked. Another question that has come up, especially with different changes that other cruise lines are doing, has to do with the loyalty program that Virgin has, either the Deep Blue or the Deep Blue Extras. If you do have those are not changing. So those will stay the same. They're also how some cruise lines are now putting their loyalty or rewards program based on the amount of money you spend with them. Virgin, for now, will continue to use it by the number of sailings. It doesn't matter if you're going to do basic or the essentials or the premier, you still get the same credit toward your loyalty with them. It doesn't matter the amount of money that you're spending, it's just the sailings that you do with them. So anyway, I think, just going to look over really quick. So everything is pretty much staying the same, but you do have options if you want to save a little bit of money and don't mind giving up some of the flexibility, then there's that option. Or if you would like to pay a little bit additional and get more flexibility as far as changes go, as far as getting your dining in earlier, getting higher speed Wi-Fi, streaming capabilities and things like that. So I think it's good. I don't think any of these changes are bad. Like I said, their normal quality of service will continue to stay the same. They've even made mention that staff will not know if you did the basic, the essentials, or the premier, because they expect for the staff to continue to treat all of their sailors as well as they always have, and take care of everybody just like they always have, and it doesn't matter which package that you choose. So just wanted to put that out there for you so that you know. I'm sure if you follow Virgin, you've kind of gotten some updates or some posts saying that there are going to be some slight changes, and that is what I did find out yesterday when I did the webinar that I was on with them. So anyway, if you have any questions, just let me know. Let me know if you have any good or bad thoughts on either one of these. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think a whole lot of it changes for most people. So I do think that Virgin is a great cruise line to sail on. They are completely different than most other mainstream cruise lines. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.